Goa to celebrate their Liberation Day, but what a way to celebrate it. Just take a look around me. There are 120 vintage and classic cars here on display at the Joggers Park in Vasco da Gama. This is the Goa Liberation Day drive, which happens every single year. But more than a drive, it's just a community of car crazy people coming together to have a blast. Come take a walk around with me. Now, while we may see the German brands Audi, BMW and Mercedes in India as the top three, in the vintage car collectors world, it seems like Mercedes rules the roost. Just look at the amount of Mercedes that we have here, and some really cool ones. We have the W111. This is the Fintail. This was an absolute stunner of a model. You have the 115, very similar, but you see vertical pillar lamps like you see on the W111, but then that started the horizontal grille. This had the vertical grille. Loads of Mercedes, 111s, 123s, 124s. Just take a look around. We're here with the Honourable Minister of Industry and Transport, Goa, Mauvin Godinho. Thank you so much for speaking to us. You have a big hand in making this event happen. Please tell us how you got involved and how did this interest begin?
I think this is the fourth year in succession we are doing this, and when I started there were hardly about 30 participants. Today we have 4 times the number, and it's only swelling.
It's a fantastic collection of cars, and I must say it's a beautiful turnout. I've seen events across India, but this is really something, and I believe this park also of yours is very green, very sustainable. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this park is something which is totally different in the sense that even the water that comes here is out of waste. In the vicinity of this park, what is most important to preserve all this greenery and the beauty, you need lots of water. About almost 60 to 80,000 liters of water every day. I do not want to predate on the water which is required for drinking. You know, drinking water is a scarcity. We don't have a system where you have the other sewage water coming. And what better thing can you have other than having these vintage cars with a feel as if you are in a different world, and going backwards to the good times that were there happening in this park is really great, I feel.
Absolutely. I think it's a perfect blend of the old and the new, the modern and the heritage of Goa in one perfect place. Are you going to be driving yourself?
Yes, I will be driving one of the vintage cars, as I always do. The organizers, they are kind enough to literally force me into a car, and I love doing that.
And what you can see behind me, or probably not see behind me, because they're completely covered by people that are very excited to see the stars of the show that are up here. But we got a closer look. Take a look. This is the 1935 Bentley Derby convertible. It came with a 3.5 litre 122 HP engine. It certainly is a looker. This car was one of Vivek Goenka's first vintage cars in his collection. Another interesting car of its time, and one from the Vivek Goenka collection, is this Packard 8 7-seater touring. It's got a stunning front, of course. You look at that grille, which has 2 layers of those vertical rods, nicely engraved panel with those retro dials on the dash. What you can also see is seats over here, which actually fold down and fold into the niche at the back over here. And of course, if you were the large Indian family, you could fold out the luggage rack at the rear and carry it all. Now, this is a car that's been very popular here. Loads of people wanting to take pictures, but it's a car that you've also probably seen in a lot of Hindi movies. Dev Anand, Rajesh Khanna, everybody drove one. Can you tell me the name of the car and which Hindi movies it's been in? So the UAZ 469, a pretty rare vehicle. It's Russian made. used by the Indian military, and we have one right here. You can see it flanked by two Willys Jeeps on either side, and you can see the Willys Jeep actually looking small in front of this gigantic vehicle. These vehicles have the ability to go anywhere over any terrain. They were really easy to use and repair, and they ran on something as low as 72 octane fuel, while we use 95, 97 or even 99 these days in our car. So they were really easy to use, made of very thick sheet metal. If you open the door and you take a look, you can see, you know, all the sections are really thick. A cool part here is the fuel filler, which is right here on the side. And of course, we can't go without taking a look on the inside, because this is a car that you've seen in popular places like PUBG and over 6 James Bond films. Look at the massive door pockets that we have over here on the side, and of course stepping in and out of these is a climb up. But of course, let's take a look at the rear tailgate section that opens up and flips down, and you have the side facing seats over here, so you can carry pretty much everything, your uncle and its family in this. I showed you the fuel filler on the side. Well, there's one on the other side, and you could refuel this car from both sides. You've driven down in this, as I understand.
Driven down from Bombay. We call her Lucy. I found Lucy in 2023.
The beauty of this car is actually being on the inside. This front visibility is pretty much like a cockpit aircraft, actually more visibility than an aircraft, because you've got these really thin A-pillars, you've got lots of quarter glass area.
The engine is down here under your front seat.
Space is the Privia's cool quotient, but you can get into the back only via the sliding door on the right. The left side doesn't have a door. You have a absolute beauty over here. Paint job is spectacular. The chrome work is spectacular. The interiors look fantastic. You've really done a great job with this car. The engine as well, which has also been beautifully restored. And as you can see, everything here is also spanking new. And can we start her up? So just so that our viewers can hear that beautiful sound. Perfect. And even the seats and all, just so well done. I think this is one of the best restored Beetles I've possibly ever seen. With Mr. Kakode and Mr. Kamath, the president and trustee of the Goa Vintage and Classics Vehicles Club, that's really responsible for what you see here, this fantastic display of cars.
The event was started somewhere in 2017. Our Honorable Minister, Mauvin Godinho, he has decided to organize this event here in this place.
This is a complete non-commercial event. We have no registration fee. Most of the volunteers are the vintage car owners, the second generation who have all been volunteering this. It's the entire community which is coming together for the event.
What a wonderful backdrop this is, and what a view I have behind me, the ocean. 120 fabulous cars. We're in the middle of the Goa Liberation Day drive. Cars have stopped here to have some fun and soak in the view.